Hey, Kevin here with another Flippin' Dork Flips and Finds video where I show you different items I pick up, thrifting, yard selling, different places like that, and then I sell them online, either with a huge audience on eBay or more localized on Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, different places like that. The first two items that sold this week were eBay sales. So the first one is this bag of vintage plastic toys. You can see the price was $2. It was at a yard sale. It was an older man. He said they were toys from when he was a kid in the 40s. I bought another bag for $1. It was same age, but it was like army figures, cowboys. There's like some construction workers in there. They're all, just really old toys. So I paid $3 for both. So I'm calling it $1.50 to make me feel better because it was not a very good sale, but or not a good buy, I should say. But anyway, everything in here is broken. Okay, they're all like missing wheels, or they're cracked, or they're just partial. It's like a bucket to something. Here's a Submarine that looks like it was chewed on one end. This one's probably complete, kind of a little dune buggy looking thing. There's no real maker's marks on a lot of them. I mean, I guess this one is Lappin products, or Sappin, something like that. So I don't know too much about them, but for $1.50, I was just guessing that maybe something in here was of value and I could list it for like 25 bucks and maybe someone would buy it in that, $15 to $20 range, something like that. But it didn't happen. I mean, they're pretty cool, but it was just a bad guess. I should have looked them up and I would have known better. So I bought them. It ended up not being a good buy. I did more research when I got home. I decided to list them at $12.95. They were up for several months there with no action. I dropped them down to $10.95, and then someone last night gave me an offer of $7.95. I decided to just get out of it. I thought that would be, okay, but I was also thinking I had only paid 50 cents. So I looked at it and realized, I paid $1.50. Okay, that's a really bad deal. After paying shipping and some fees, I mean, I don't think I'll lose money. I'll either break even or barely make, probably not even $1 on it. So that was not a good deal. The second item here, though, was really good. This is what I want to start focusing on more this year, okay? I showed this several videos back. It's a big bright blue with bright red interior. It's probably my favorite color combo. I'd like an old, kind of like this, I'm into old cars. I love an old car that is this blue with a bright red interior. I think that'd be cool. But anyway, this is a Polo by Ralph Lauren. It's like a field jacket. It has the flat pockets on the waist that are straight down, and then it has these two chest pockets at an angle, kind of like where you might put shotgun shells or something like that in a hunting jacket. Although I doubt anyone ever would buy this bright blue jacket for hunting. I think it's more just a stylish thing. But it's got some real weight to it, but it's nice and thin. It's lined, and it's polo. I mean, it's a real polo jacket, so that just immediately told me it's good money. If you've seen my other videos, you know that the polo jackets sell really well. I just sold a leather jacket. I bought, I think the same day as this one. It was $9. It sold for $124 plus shipping. This one, when I looked it up, I couldn't find one exactly like it, so it was $9 at Goodwill. I just kind of guesstimated off of the other sold listings. It was probably in that $50 to $60 range. I did more research at home. I was able to list it at $99.95, and that was actually very reasonable. I probably could have asked more, but someone last night gave me an offer for $89.95, so I decided to take it. So I have 9 in it. After shipping and some fees, I'll probably be about $20 total into it, and everything else is pure profit. So that's probably somewhere between $65 and $70 pure profit. Now it's in great shape. I made sure there was nothing wrong with it. I've passed on a few really good like shirts and coats and jackets because they had something ripped or torn. This one, the only issues I didn't think were that big of a deal. The very, very ends of the sleeve collars have just a little bit of wear. Same thing where the collar up here folds. There's just a little bit of discoloring from the folding. And then the same thing right around the center, there's a drawstring. And if you see that, there's kind of a faint line where it has some wear. That drawstring is actually pretty cool though. It has these wooden handles, so it's kind of cool. I mean, it's a really nicely made jacket. So I definitely want to focus on these. Now, polo shirts, the golf shirts, the button-up shirts, you got to be real careful with those. But if it's a jacket, that's really bumping up the price. Kind of like the nylon jackets I've showed in other videos. If you just buy any old nylon windbreaker, even if it's from the 90s, but some no-name, it's probably not worth it. But if you find like a good Nike, Reebok, whatever, and it has a big spell out on it or something like that, it's worth really, really good money. Even the same thing with Polo by Ralph Lauren. If this thing, for whatever reason, had a huge Polo logo back here, it'd been worth way more money. So people just absolutely love that. So that's something to keep in mind. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get these prepped to ship out. And I have a couple of other items that people are kind of going back and forth with me on some best offers. I don't know if they're going to end up making a deal or not, but we'll see. So that is it for today so far, but we'll see what happens later tonight and the rest of the week. All right, it's the next day. A storm is starting to brew outside, so the lighting's probably terrible. But I had one sale today. It's not that good of a sale, but at least it's something. So anyway, this is a Revel model kit. It's a snap tight kit for the A10 Thunderbolt plane, okay? And I bought this at a yard sale for $1. I had no idea what it was worth. I was just buying things I thought were probably worth money. This was one of the first yard sales I had went to. So it ended up not being that good of a buy, but I basically doubled my money. So I paid $1 on it. It's very lightweight. It'll go first class, so it'll probably be $3 or $4 to ship out. And I listed it for $13.95. It was up for months and months and months, and it finally sold for full asking price, $13.95. So with shipping and some fees, like I said, I'll basically double my money, and I'll probably make like $5 or $6 on it. So it wasn't that good of a sale. These little tiny model kits, even if they're still in unopened condition, they're just not worth that much money, especially a snap tight kit. This is like a very basic beginner kids type kit. You just snap it and that's it. There's no gluing and custom painting and all the stuff that a lot of detailed models require. But anyway, little models like this I'll probably start passing on from now on. However, really big ones that are very involved, those go for really good money. I sold 2 of them for almost $100 each several months back, and I only paid $3 each on them at a yard sale. So I might throw them in a video sometime showing some really good items to look for. So anyway, that was today's sale. So hopefully some more things will come through on eBay. It's the next day, and I had a couple of pretty decent sales last night. So I'll show them to you before I take them to the post office. So the first one here is this backpack. It's a JanSport. Has the leather bottom. It's the ones you want to look for. This one I bought brand new with tags. I actually got it at Ross. Okay, so I've told you I'm mostly buying shoes there, but I've been experimenting with some other items, and a couple of backpacks is what I picked up. Now this is one of the more expensive ones I've bought. I bought it for $20.99. The tag says it's comparable value to $60. That had been brand new, probably the suggested retail price. They had it at $29.99, but then they clearanced it down another $9, so I got it for $21. Okay, so I picked it up. I did some research on it. That was kind of right after the school season started back in the fall, so the prices were a little skewed. I should have thought about that, but I kind of figured maybe someone would get it for the kid at Christmas time. But it didn't happen. It took a while to sell. And anyway, they were all listed pretty good, anywhere from $40-something up to like around $70. So they are all pretty high. And anyway, I put mine at $51.99. I never changed the price on it, never adjusted it. I did add free shipping though, knowing that it's pretty light, so it wouldn't be too expensive to ship out. And it finally sold last night. Okay, so it sold for $51.99. So that is a $30 profit. Now I will have to pay shipping. It's just barely over a pound. I was hoping it was less than a pound. Just barely over, so it's going to go priority. And I think it's like $7, so it's a little more. I thought if it's first class, it might have been about $4 or $5, so it's just a couple dollars more than I thought to ship. And of course, there'll be some fees and all that, so we'll call it about $10 more. So when it's all said and done, I'll probably make like $18 to $20, somewhere around there. And so it's not like an amazing sale. I basically doubled my money on it, so it's all right. But I think the shoes will still do better. And it took a long time to sell. Okay, the next one I thought was going to do really well, and this took forever. This is one of the very first things I bought when I started thrifting back in August or early September. I've had these a long time. I got these Vans shoes at the Salvation Army. They were in really good shape for our Salvation Army. Almost all the shoes there are trashed out. It's hard to find decent ones there. And the cool thing about these, I looked them up. This is apparently not exactly super rare, but it's an uncommon color combo. They called it chili pepper. And it's this kind of rich red color with the black laces and the black stripe around it. I mean, they were barely worn. There was hardly any wear on them whatsoever. If they were the right size, I would have kept them, but they're too small. Yeah, they're about 2 sizes too small. But anyway, they were marked at $4, but the day I bought, I actually found it was like the one time I found good shoes at Salvation Army. It was half price day, so I got it for $2. I had them listed for I think about $35, and nothing ever happened, so I dropped the price. I finally had them down to $25.95. There was a few offers in between that time period. That was months and months. and they finally sold. So I basically paid $2 and they sold for $26. Now that was with free shipping. They're kind of heavy, but I figured they would, be less than $10, probably about $8 to $10 to ship somewhere. Well, it turns out someone in Puerto Rico bought them, and the priority shoe box I have is going to be like $15 to ship them there. I'm going to see if I can find a padded flat rate envelope, if they will fit in one of them, if I can find one. And then it would only be about $7 to ship. But if I had to do the box, I paid $2. It's $15 to ship. I only sold them for $26. There's going to be some fees involved, so I'm going to make like $7 or $8, and it ends up not being a good sale. So I'm hoping I can find a padded flat rate envelope, and I can at least make about $10 off of it. So ended up not being that good of a sale, but it finally went, and hopefully whoever gets them will be really happy with them. So I'm going to go ahead, pack them up. Hopefully some more things will sell. It's been kind of a slow week, but who knows? I got some cool stuff that could really surprise me later, so we'll see what happens. All right, I finally had some time to go by Goodwill last night. We had to run to town, so I just went there real quick for a few minutes. Ended up finding some stuff I think would be pretty good. So the first one here is this Fringe trivia game. It's in a tin container, and they had it marked at $3. I looked this up. This is actually a really good seller. They were all lit up green. I mean, they were all selling on the completed listings. And they were going for about $20 plus shipping. Some of them were a little higher. If they're new, they probably went for around 30 or so. But this one was only $3. They had it tape shut, so I don't know if all the parts are in there. I'll have to sit there and count them. It's probably just a bunch of cards in here. Yeah, 200 trivia cards, so I'll sit to do a bunch of counting, make sure the little game board's in there and all that. But anyway, I thought that's pretty good. I'll turn $3 into about $20. I'm going to go ahead and do like everyone else and charge the buyer for shipping, and then they just pay whatever that is. So that's pretty good turnaround. Probably make about 15 to 20 bucks on it, so that's pretty cool. All right, the next two are related, so I grabbed them. I might list them together, I might separate them, I haven't decided yet. But check it out, New Kids on the Block game from 1990 and New Kids on the Block giant poster. It's a 500-piece puzzle, okay? So the game, I paid $3. It was open, so we looked through it and did a quick just kind of survey of what's in there. I think it might be missing one or two little pieces, little game cards or whatever, but it's almost complete. And it's actually in pretty good condition, maybe just a little bit dirty, so I'll have to wipe it down. But kind of like the Fringe trivia, it probably didn't sell as well, but it goes for about the same money. So probably right around $20 or so, plus some shipping. So hopefully that would be a good sale. And then the puzzle here, for whatever reason, even though it's bigger and heavier, I mean, when this thing's put together, it's 2 foot by 3 foot. It was only 50 cents. Okay, so I'm gonna count through it and see if all 500 pieces are in there. If they're not, then oh well, it was only 50 cents. Maybe someone will still want it. But if it's complete, this should be another about $20 or so, maybe a little more. And it's a little heavier, so it'll cost a little more in shipping. But all in all, if they all sell, I could make somewhere around $45 to $60, and I only spent $6.50. So I think that's a pretty good turnaround. These are the kind of things, especially this. I was surprised that this sold so well. I would say it's comparable to the Office game I showed you a little while back. There's a DVD version and there's a regular board game version, and they sell really fast. This one, they were all lit up green. I don't know how fast it's going to go, but it should be a good seller. So that was pretty cool. All right, so I did have a sale overnight, or actually a best offer, and I took it this morning. So it's this right here. I showed this a few videos back. This is a Radica brand big screen solitaire. It says that on the back. This is a really big one, okay? It's white, has the yellow band, there's silver up here, and then the yellow buttons. Most of the Radica solitaire games you find are blue. They're a little smaller, a little skinnier. They all sell well. At yard sales, they're almost always like 50 cents or maybe $1. At Goodwill, I've seen them for 50 cents or $1, but like this one I paid $3. So they're kind of, in that range, but they're always like under $5. But the blue ones sell for like 15 to 20 and they go really quick. People really like them, but for whatever reason, this is the one to get. People love this game. So I had one a while back I bought at a yard sale for 50 cents. It was in a lot worse condition. It's probably hard to see, but it has some lettering and writing underneath the buttons. It was worn out, and then it has like instructions back here, and it was really worn out from people just playing with it. So it was heavily used. It was 50 cents, and I sold it for $42.95. So I knew this one being nicer should go for a lot more money. So I listed it at $54.95. It took probably 3 or 4 weeks, but it did sell. Someone gave me an offer for $50, so I decided to take it. I thought that was really good. Okay, so I'm gonna turn $3 into 50 bucks. And that's going to be really easy to ship. I'll put a little bubble wrap around it. I'll put it in a bubble mailer. It'll probably be about $4 to ship out or so. So I'll barely have any money into it and turn it into 50 bucks. So that was a really, really good sale. I was very happy about that. And as soon as I saw it at Goodwill that day, I knew it was going to be a really good sale. So anyway, that is it today so far. Maybe some more will happen tonight. I can throw them in the video. And then tomorrow's Friday, which I'll probably include in the weekend video because there's always a lot more sales then. So anyway, let me get these I'll have to count these up and I'll get that packed up to ship out. But we'll see what happens if there's any more sales. All right, so to finish off this video, I had a couple of sales I want to show you. First one here is this. This is a vintage Batman sock cap or beanie, whichever you want to call it. I found this at a estate sale. It was only $1. That is the cheapest thing I've ever found at an estate sale. Everything is always overpriced. But I thought it was a good deal. It was the old logo. When I looked it up, I think I eventually found something similar to it. I think the top part looked different, but it did have this logo. And I think it might even say in there, 1975. Yeah, Super Friends, 1975. Okay, there we go. So anyway, it's definitely very old. That's what, 40-something years old now, I think. And anyway, there was none exactly like it, so I just decided to name my price. I put it at like $42.95 or $44.95. I went way high just to see what happens. Of course, nothing happened. That was months and months ago, like early November or something like that. I gradually dropped the price each time it relisted, and then finally someone last night gave me an offer, a best offer of $22.95. Starting to warm up. It's like 50-something degrees today, so I decided to go ahead and just take that offer. So paid $1. It sold for $22.95. Super lightweight. It'll probably be less than $3 to ship, so they ended up being still a pretty good deal. It's not too bad. I like shipping things like that because it's so easy. You put it in the bag, slap a sticker. It's really cheap. Okay, the next sale ended up not being good. I showed this in a video a while back. These are IBM credit card ribbon and receipt paper roll kit. It's the paper rolls you put in a credit card machine, so it's kind of old tech, but it is still wrapped. It's, you know, new old stock. It has a couple of rips, a little bit beat up looking, but this is eBay new. So anyway, in the video, when I showed these, when I picked them up, I thought it was worth a lot more money than it was. What I did not realize is that the ones that were for sale was a double kit. So this one is 15 rolls. The ones I was putting my comps, or I was comparing to in the complete listings, were 30 rolls. So it was a very small, you know, detail that I missed that made a huge difference in the price. So anyway, this ended up not being worth near what I thought. I paid $6 for it. I thought I was going to get like 40 something out of it, and I'd end up making like 20-25 bucks profit after I shipped it. But these were being listed in this size for like $17.95. So I thought, well, I'm going to put a little higher and see what happens. So I put it at $23.95, and it did sell. Now that is with free shipping. It's pretty heavy, so I would probably hardly make any money whatsoever. Probably $5 or less when it's all said or done. But at least I got my money back, and I kind of learned a lesson to be a lot more careful when I'm looking these up. One more item that did not sell yet, but it might, I have offers on it, is this. I showed a little while back. I paid $3, I think, for the Sony AM/FM radio. Works great. You can run on batteries. Has a cord that hides away back here. Nice shape. Vintage Sony. It's in good condition. It's good sellers. Anyway, it's not worth like crazy money. I figured probably like 20-25 bucks, so I listed it at $24.95 with free shipping. So I was not going to make a lot of money off of it, but I'd make some. And I had a few offers on it. They were pretty low. And then a guy has been offering me, he started at like 17, then he offered me 20 or 21. Now he's offering me 23. I'm only asking $24.95. The issue is that he's in Puerto Rico, and I think the shipping is going to kill me on it. So that's why I have not accepted it yet. I need to look into it because I mean, I don't know. I guess I could just sell it, but to only make, you know, $2 or $3 off of it after shipping or whatever it ends up being could be a bad deal. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll be surprised and it won't be that expensive at all. But we'll in the next video when I show what sells over the weekend, maybe this will end up going. So anyway, that was the flips and finds for the week. Hope you liked it, and if you did, go ahead and hit that thumbs up, leave a comment, whatever you thought, and it'd be really awesome if you could subscribe to help me grow the channel. So thanks for checking it out.